Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
It's 1 second.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning,
Good morning,
Ifshita.
ma'am.
Ifshita, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ifshita.
Very good. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for asking, and I welcome you to the session. So I think this is your first session with me.
Yes, ma'am. This is the
Perfect.
first
So
session.
please, let's start with an introduction. Tell me something about you.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Ifshita Goshaha. I have just completed my master's in computer application from
Mm.
Techno India University, Kolkata, and I hold a bachelor degree in economics honors with statistics and mathematics as my past subject. And I have done my schooling from Kendriya Vidya number 2 Salt Lake, Kolkata.
Hmm.
And apart from this, I also means like to do dancing and cooking in my free time because it allow me to express my creativity, and also it's a fun way to do keep me fit as well as relieve my stress. That's it, ma'am.
Wonderful. It was very nice knowing you. So, what you cook the best?
um, Chicken tandoori.
Tandoori chicken. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I will also quickly introduce myself to you and then we will start the session. So, my
Okay,
name is
ma'am.
Aashna and I'm from Punjab. I have done my master's in journalism and mass communication. Since then, I'm working as a soft skill trainer. It's been about 7 years I'm working as a trainer. I've also been an assistant professor for about 2 years in between. But since COVID, I'm full-time trainer. Right now, I'm working with English Yaari also as one of the trainers, whereas I'm simultaneously working with IIM Udaipur. You heard of the college?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
So I am working with IIM Udaipur to train their postgraduate and graduate students for placements. I train their students or mentor their students for placements, and I majorly take sessions on personality development, spoken English, business communication, and interview skills. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. That's great, ma'am. Hearing this.
Okay, so let's start. First few questions I want to ask you, then we will start with the session notes. Number one is why do you want to work on English or communication?
As because, ma'am, I struggle while speaking English, having conversation in English with the peoples, and as I am in final year of my means, I just completed my masters. I am trying for job opportunities, but in the interview, lacking of communication is also a drawback for me. So that's why I want to improve that.
Perfect. So you want to prepare for general communication and interview skills also.
Yes.
So, have you given any interviews recently?
Not recently, ma'am. 2 months back, I had given one interview, but that time I fumble a lot, and there is many filters in my conversations. Means
Mm-hmm.
like now also I have many means filters, but that time more filters, and like I am not able to construct the sentence what is coming in my mind. Sometimes it's like I don't know about the topic. That time
Mm-hmm.
is okay, like I don't know about the topic, but sometimes like I know about the topic, but I'm not able to convey what I want to say. And the major problem I face is like while talking I won't recognize that I am talking in present past, means the things
Hmm.
I won't
Tenses.
recognize
Mm-hmm.
tenses, because sometimes I mean speak about present but using the past. Something. Your video is not visible.
Yeah, yeah, just a second.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. So tenses is also an issue. So when you say, Ifrita, that you fumble when you speak, is it also in your mother tongue?
Um, Not in my mother tongue, means little bit, but more in English, means not
More in
in my
English,
mother
no?
tongue.
Right, right, right. Okay, got it. So let's start the session.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so because you want to work on your interview skills, let's talk about interviews a little bit. If we'll get time, we'll do the session notes also. ठीक है क्योंकि आया मेरी जो स्पेशलाइजेशन है वो इंटरव्यूज हैं प्लेसमेंट्स हैं तो आई वांट इफ यू आर देयर फॉर माय सेशन लेट मी गिव यू वट एवर नॉलेज आई हैव रिलेटेड टू दैट ओके
Okay,
so
ma'am.
interviews one few things that you have to take care is interviews may they judge you not only on the basis of what are you saying, what answer are you giving, but also on how are you giving it. ठीक है for example if they ask me okay Ashna, tell us your strengths, it doesn't matter if I say time management skills or managerial skills. वो इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट बात नहीं है। मैं कैसे कह रही हूँ वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है। ठीक है, तो हमेशा ध्यान रखना है कि ठीक है, अगर आपसे इंग्लिश नहीं भी बोली जा रही, मतलब नहीं बोली जा रही का मेरा मतलब है सेंटेंसेस नहीं बन रहे, इफ यू नॉट एबल टू स्पीक सेंटेंसेस, इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू स्पीक इंग्लिश वेरी फ्लुएंटली, you should always also focus on how are you speaking. You should feel confident, you should say in a confident way, you should dress well, you should feel very confident about yourself and you should display that confidence. अगर गलती हो भी रही है, उस गलती को कर भी दिया है, तो उसके कारण नर्वस नहीं होना। इंग्लिश नहीं बोली जा रही, जहाँ नहीं बोली जा रही, यू कैन स्विच द लैंग्वेज, बट कॉन्फिडेंस जो है वो नहीं टूटना चाहिए। सो आप जो बोल रहे हैं, अब आपने इफ यू सेड इन एन इंटरव्यू दिस, सर आई एम वेरी गुड मैनेजर, आई एम वेरी गुड विद टाइम मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स, वो तो आपको ट्रस्ट कर रहे हैं, वो वहाँ पे जज तो कर नहीं सकते। वो जज क्या कर सकते हैं? आपका कॉन्फिडेंस और आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स। तो लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स समटाइम्स ओनली फोकस ऑन व्हाट आंसर वी आर गिविंग, व्हाट पॉइंट्स वी हैव, व्हाट एग्जांपल्स वी आर गिविंग। दैट इज important but not only important. You, how are you saying things, how are you looking on the interview day is also very very important, right? So
Yeah.
ये पहली चीज इंटरव्यूज के बारे में। दूसरी चीज, इन एन इंटरव्यू यू कांट बी completely honest। ठीक है, आप कंप्लीटली ऑनेस्ट नहीं हो सकते इन द वे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर अ लेजी पर्सन, ठीक है, आप थोड़े से लेजी हो एंड यू नो दैट आई एम अ लेजी पर्सन, बट इफ दे आस्क यू व्हाट आर योर वीकनेस, इफ्शिता, you can't say I am a lazy person, you can say, you have to say something else. So nobody wants to hire a person who says that I'm lazy or who is a lazy person, ठीक है? So you have to always be careful that you cannot be completely honest, you have to give diplomatic answer, you can't completely lie, you can't be completely honest, you have to choose a middle ground। ठीक है, तीसरी चीज, always try to give short answers or only answer what was asked to you। if they're asking about your family, tell us something about your family, then you don't have to explain the personalities of people in your family or your extensive family, और रिश्तेदारों की नहीं बात करनी, सिर्फ फैमिली के बारे में, ठीक है? if they ask you what makes you happy, then only one two things that makes you happy, don't elaborate too much। what happens is when we start elaborating, already we are stressed, and we have to speak in english, that is also one more point that adds to our stress। so when we start giving very long answers, after 2 3 sentences we feel like what to say next, then we sometimes lose a track of the question, even what are we trying to say, what are we trying to answer, and if you will speak longer you will make more mistakes, you will be scared, you will feel stressed and you will make more mistakes। so ये चीज़ों का बस थोड़ी, ये 2 3 चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना है when you are preparing for an interview। Okay, so let's do few questions that could be there in an interview. Let's practice them.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
one is always they are going to ask you, please introduce yourself. है
Yes,
ना?
ma'am.
So वो आपने already done that, and you have done that beautifully. Very good introduction. Second question that they can ask you is, tell us some of your skills or some strengths.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Uh, okay, ma'am. About my technical skill, I am proficient in SQL and Python, and do have basic knowledge of HTML and CSS.
Hmm.
And one of my key strength is my adaptability. I can adapt in a new situation quickly and easily, and I am
Hmm.
a quick learner.
Okay. Now, when you say adaptability and quick learner, they can ask you, tell us why do you think you are a quick learner, or tell us why do you think you are adaptable. So let me ask you first one, why do you think you are adaptable?
Okay, I think that I am adaptable because as I am from a non-IT background, because I hold bachelor degree in economics honors, which is completely different from IT sector. So I had decided to shift to a non means IT sector, and for that I have to come out from my comfort zone. And in fact, I have to give a lot of time and efforts to learn the new skills. So I had overcome that, and now I completed my masters with in computer with 8.7 CGPA. So I think this scenario is an example that I am an adaptable person. I can change myself to different fields as well and work there, and whatever I learn I can apply it also.
Very good answer. Next, they can ask you, what is your weakness?
Okay, ma'am. I think my weakness is sometimes I feel very means cannot say no to any request.
Hmm.
Means if
You
anybody,
can't say no to people.
yes, yes, that I struggle the most because I have to handle more things than what I can. So that's the reason, means one of the weakness I have, and I am, means right now overcoming that as well. And another is communication, but in interview I cannot say that my communication is not good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can say, but you can also say, but I've improved a lot in that area, and I'm taking sessions or working with some teachers, anything like that. You can say, but itna bahut hai that I can't say no. Very good, good answer. Here also good. So, if Shita tell us that tomorrow, when you are placed in a company, uh, how do you tackle very difficult situations or very important deadlines? Sometimes there is a lot of stress in corporate environment because of deadlines, because of work pressure. How do you handle pressure and stress?
Okay, means if there is any pressure or for any deadlines I have to meet, first of all, I will stay calm and organized, because these are the two things which help me to tackle the deadlines as well. And if I become clumsy or nervous, then the things will go badly. So, and other thing, I will set a clear plans of my project or the tasks I have to do, and will divide it into a parts, and will give more time to that parts which require more importance, and also the whose deadlines is closer. And another thing, staying positive, I can handle this stress as well. And I can practice some mindful techniques as well. And also I like to do dancing, so this is the best way I can remove the stress as well.
Okay, good, very good. Here you said things will go badly. Badly is not a word. Things will go bad, things will go out of control, things will worse, something like that. Badly will not come here. Okay. Next question. Any decision you took in your life which was very challenging or difficult for you to take?
Okay, if I say the challenging situation, I will repeat that answer, that I shifted from a non IT to IT sector, because that was a challenge for me, because I don't know I will perform better good in that or not. And because I am investing so much of my time, so it's somehow challenging for me, but I do overcome that. And as but had proven also.
Hmm. One mistake I didn't knew, past tense, as you told me that you have a problem. So because you were talking about a time and what you felt at that time, so past tense I didn't knew whether I will be able to perform, whether will be a filler which is required here.
Okay.
आप ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हो कि उस टाइम पे मुझे नहीं पता था कि मैं कर भी पाऊंगी अच्छा कि नहीं, तो वो एक प्रोबेबिलिटी शो करनी है। जैसे आप बोल रहे हो वो ऐसे शो हो रहा है दैट देयर इज कम्प्लीटली you were completely sure that you will be able to perform, whereas you need to show a probability. At that time I didn't knew whether I will be able to perform or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
एक और चीज थी। Hmm. इसके बाद they can ask you a question that why did you change your field? What factors motivated you to change your field?
Okay. I have changed my decision, means career from non IT to IT, because of my growing interest in IT sector. As I can see that there is a much more career advancements and opportunities in IT sector. It is booming right now. And also additionally, my husband and my few friends are in IT sector, and their experience encourage me and inspire me to do, means shift my career.
Perfect, perfect. What you find most interesting about your job, most interesting activity or most interesting part of your job?
Means most interesting part is that, like, I love the subjects SQL and Python. And though this subject require critical thinking, logical thinking, so it's excite me, means how these things are happening, how in the back end or front end the things are happening. Means we only see the screen. In the website we only see the screen, and no, here we can click here, we will can go to this page or this page. But in the back end, how it is working, how we are navigating from one page to that page, what how the data are saved in the database, we are collecting that data is these things I love the most. And in coding part also, the logical thinking, the creativity, innovation, that part. And one more thing in IT fields, what I get to know that we have to work on our skill every day, and we have to learn new things. We can learn new things every day. So it's not like we are doing only one job, and what means repetitive job is not there. It is like changing. So it also very good, means excited for me.
Okay, okay, very interesting. Tell us something about your family and who you are closest to in your family.
Okay, in my means I am from a nuclear family. In my family, my father is in CRPF, is in defense, and my mother is homemaker, and my husband is in IT as a cloud DevOps engineer in voice, and my father-in-law is an ex-army serviceman. So I'm more closer to my dad because he does not scold me anytime, and yeah, he always means whatever I say or whatever I want, he purchase me or uh,
You get me that.
get me. Yes, get me.
Yeah, right, right. So you are from army background, right?
Yes, yes.
How does it affect your personality, or what did you feel different being in an army background from other people, from
Okay.
normal residents?
Okay, one thing is like in means my father in defense. That's why we have to move from one place to another place. So we are not staying in one place for a long time. So we have, that's what means I have to change my school, my environment. So that's from there I get that quality of adaptability. And also as in defense sector, my father's is used to be punctual, discipline is the things in their blood when they
Yes.
started their career. So that things come from my father to me as well. So I'm also punctual and disciplined, and these are the things that are different from others.
Those things. Things means plural, so that is a singular. That is used for singular. Whereas things is a plural. So you will say, those things come from me, from my father.
Okay.
Or a better word I'm giving you here, those things are instilled into me by my father, or inculcated into me by my father. Inculcated or instill means something that you deeply have in you, कोई भी चीज, that I want to inculcate discipline in my daughter. That means I want to give her discipline deeply. Like एक होता है चीज को सिखाना, एक उसकी लाइफ में उसको कैसे बोल सकते हैं, उसकी लाइफ में उसको अच्छे से डीपली रूट कर दिया, दैट डिसिप्लिन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट कॉल्ड इनकलकेटेड और इंस्टिल्ड. ठीक है. Okay, one last question, then we will move towards the feedback part. Okay. Tell us a few traits of your personality. Any adjectives that describes you very well.
Okay. Multitasking.
Okay.
Only one adjective.
Three.
Okay, multitasking and mm, introvert. Little bit introvert.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And another thing is adaptability.
Okay. Okay. How? Why do you say you're multitasking?
Okay, I see myself as a multitasker because from my school days to till now, I involve in extracurricular activities like in dance. In school life, also I am in Kho team, so involved in sports as well. And apart from that, I always score good. Means I have a good academic record also. So means I can balance means the other things. Means
Together. I can balance uh, all the things together.
yeah, I can balance all the things together.
Perfect. So good, Ifshita. Your answers were really good. You have prepared well. I can see that. In between, there were a few grammatical errors, which I already told you. Things will go badly. I didn't knew whether I will be able to perform those things. Some things related to grammar, tenses, and subject verb agreement. Two, three things which were a little problematic. One thing I also want to tell you, when in the beginning I asked you that why do you want to work on your English language, you started your answer with as, because. You can't start your answer. Both are fillers or
Okay.
both are joiners. Either you pick up a line from the question, I want to work on my English because, Okay, either you start directly, ma'am. There are few points because of why I want to work on my English. Number one, number two, anything like that. As and because are not good ways to start your answer. Okay, rest is okay. Okay. Any question in your mind or any doubt in your mind which you want to ask me that in this situation how to deal in interview?
Okay. Means like if out of box questions comes, I just means got stuck in that and unable to speak on that topic, as well as sometimes like they ask a question, I started, but I will not means I not ending the conversation properly. I just like stuck in one point, then I will say okay, means that's it. This is the way I am doing in my interview.
Okay. So ये जो typical answers questions say that you did really well. When sometimes they ask you out of the box questions, questions which require you to think a lot, or questions which are very creative or completely new for you, in those situations, always tell them, okay, sir, I need a minute to think about it. Wherever you feel that you need time, you are not very sure, take some time for yourself to start. Tell them, I want a minute or I want a moment to think about it. Then take that time productively, think what you can answer, then go ahead. Worst of the scenarios, you don't know anything about the question. Don't try to answer it then. Tell them that I'm sorry, sir, I don't know. Please enlighten me. They will tell you about it. If you don't want to say please enlighten me, just completely say I have no clue about it. I'm really sorry. Don't try to do the guesswork, don't try to answer it. Okay. Third situation is when you are trying to speak in between, you are stuck and then you immediately end the answer. For this, there are two factors that you can do. Number one, always answer in point form wherever it is possible for you to answer in bullet form. For example, what strategies you use to deal with pressure. There are various ways through which I deal with pressure. Number one, number two, number three, number four, then thank you. तो जब पॉइंट्स में व्हेन यू आर ट्राइंग टू आंसर इट इज ईजियर फॉर यू टू आंसर इंस्टेड ऑफ पैराग्राफ. पैराग्राफ में क्या होता है, हम बोलना शुरू करते हैं, हम बीच में स्टक हो जाते हैं, हमें याद ही नहीं रहता क्वेश्चन क्या था. It happens so many times with students. Always try to answer in bullet forms. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and when you feel like it's okay, you've mentioned all the points, conclude the answer. दूसरी चीज, there is a structure which is introduction. You first introduce your answer. Then there is a body. In body, you mention all the important information. You think that you've mentioned everything important related to it. Then you conclude. For example, give us an example of a project or anything that you handled in your previous life in college or anyway related to IT. This is a question where you have to do a lot of explanation because you have to elaborate on a project. Introduction of the project. So this was a project. I did that in this year. This was the aim of the project. Important चीजें बोल दी. Then what exactly you did? I did that. I did that. I helped took a help of that. I delivered the project in these many months. What was the challenging part of the project for you? And you completed that. Yes, sir. This was all about the project which I told. ठीक है, इस तरह से आंसर देना इजी हो जाएगा जब आपके दिमाग में होगा ना. अच्छा, इंट्रोडक्शन में ये बोल दूंगी. आप हमेशा आंसर देने से पहले 1 या 2 मिनट लो अपने लिए. एकदम से कभी आंसर मत शुरू करो. जहां पे हम एकदम से आंसर शुरू करते हैं, हम ये सोचते ही नहीं कि हमने आंसर शुरू कैसे करना है और एंड कैसे करना है. बीच में हम बोल लेंगे. जब हमने ये पहले सोच लिया ना कि दिस इज हाउ आई विल स्टार्ट, ओके दिस इज हाउ आई विल एंड. जब एंडिंग क्लियर है माइंड में, देन यू विल बी एबल टू बी लाइक ओके मुझे वो एंड तक पहुंचना है. कई बार गोल ही क्लियर नहीं होता, तो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द एंड. So don't start any answer immediately. Take your moment to think about it. Prepare an answer in your mind, then start.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Right, Ifshita, it was very nice talking to you, and I love your name. Your name is very pretty.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Take your Bengali.
Yes, ma'am. Bengali.
Bush. Right, right. Okay, Ifshita, take care. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Thank you, ma'am.